Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Mary Ellen Vandenbrink. I'm a registered holistic nutritionist, and I'm very excited to share with you some great information with respect to health and immunity tonight. For those of you who don't know me, I was introduced to Neolife over 27 years ago. I actually got started because my younger son, Dave, he's the one on the right, was one of those kids with respiratory issues, asthma, allergies. And I was just a concerned mom. I was working as a law clerk at the time, and I was trying to do something to help boost his immunity. So I tried a lot of products in health food stores, drugstores. We changed our diet. I did also, and I wasn't getting the results we were looking for. He was still having issues. And every time I took him to the doctor, it was another inhaler or more medications. So one day we were having dinner at a coworker of my husband's, and his wife was always sick. Like, every time we went there, she was tired and run down. And I just thought it was because she had three small kids. Well, this time we went and she looked amazing. And when I asked her what she was doing, she said, the only thing I've done different is I'm taking these Neolife whole food supplements. And I was a little bit skeptical. I said, well, what makes this different from everything else out there? Because everybody says they have the best product. She says, all I know is that it's been around since 1958. It's made from whole food, and I'm not tired and sick anymore. And I trusted her, and I saw the difference in her. So I decided to give it a try, and I started both my boys on the products and myself. And it took about 6 months. It wasn't a miracle thing at all, but I found David's immunity started boosting. And not that these products diagnose, or treat any disease, but it's amazing what the body can do when it has the right nutrition. And my older son started focusing better in school, and myself, I got rid of the migraine headaches I suffered from my whole life. And now I have four granddaughters. You can see they're on the bottom there, and they're all Neolife babies. Not one of them's ever been on antibiotics. And it really makes me feel good to know that you can give kids such a strong foundation right from the beginning. So tonight, when we talk about diet, you've heard that old saying, you are what you eat. But the reality is 75% of all chronic diseases are preventable. And this was a quote from the US Surgeon General. But when you look at what the keys are to optimal health, they're simple, but there's something we have to do. Its foundation is definitely diet. And we're going to talk a lot about that tonight, about what we need to have in our diet to keep us healthy. Weight management is very important because when you're heavier, you put more stress on your joints, and plus you have more oxidative damage. And of course, physical activity. We have to move our body, especially with blood sugar issues. There's such a key role in exercise and maintaining blood sugar. So in 2019, they actually upgraded the Canadian Food Guide, which I was very happy about. And as you can see now, half of your plate should be all those dark colored fruits and vegetables: carrots, broccoli, red bell peppers, peaches, apricots. In fact, we should be eating 8 to 13 servings a day. A quarter of our plate should be good quality protein sources, and a quarter should be whole grains. And I know when I was introduced to Life, I thought I was eating whole grains, but I didn't understand because of food processing, we're not. And we'll talk a lot about that later. And you also want to make water your drink of choice, good quality filtered water. By the time you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated. And water is, you think, 75% of your brain. You can't lose weight. You can't absorb nutrients. 83% of our blood. It is so important to stay hydrated. It's crucial. And I always think of all these things we're going to talk about tonight as kind of like a pie. Every piece you have makes it more complete. So this is why we're giving these tips tonight. So now I'd like to introduce Shelley, who's an iridologist and a retired teacher, so she can share with us how what we aren't eating and how it's killing us in a global study.
Thanks, Mary Ellen. This was such an in-depth research study. They looked at 197 different countries because they were trying to figure it out. Was it what we were eating that was the problem, or what we weren't eating? And they discovered that it was what was missing from our food that was the real problem. And they found that it was the whole grains, which we'll talk a lot about tonight, low in fruit, low in nuts and seeds, low in those omega 3s, and low in vegetables. And those were the things that were really impacting our health. And the big thing that drew me to the information that you're hearing tonight is that our whole grains are no longer whole. And what does that mean? It means that the grain oil that was in the wheat and in the rice and in the soy for our great grandmother was still there when we ate our foods. Now it's been taken out since the 30s and the 40s. There aren't any grain oils. And those essential fatty acids, according to Dr. Segal, way back in 1994, was already saying that that was perhaps the most important health problem in America because those grain oils affect our cells. And what is taken out is the bran and the germ and the endosperm, plus the vitamins and minerals. They do put some of them back into the foods, but they're synthetics. They're not the originals. And so, if we're not getting some things in our food, we certainly need to fill the gap. And if you go and you look at the store shelves, there's just so many on the shelves. We really don't know which ones work, which ones don't, which ones what it says is on the label is in the bottle. What do we choose from? Right, Mary Ellen? You find that as well when you're going to the stores. That's why the Neolife one really does give a great answer. And it's
That's so true, Shelley, because I know even when I took my holistic nutrition course, there's so many different products and even what they call professional lines. But what I learned was just because it says it's a professional line, it just means it only sells to professionals. So it's a way of marketing the product. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's better. And there is I know even the University of Guelph years ago went into health food stores and drugstores, none of the products in that label claims. And as you can see from this study from 2007 to 2016, they actually tested 776 products marketed as dietary supplements, and they all contain hidden active ingredients that are unsafe or unstudied. So I have a lot of people who think, oh, I buy it in a store, it's safer. Not necessarily. You have to really know who you're dealing with. And I know when I did my research on Neolife, I really found they were a name you could trust because they have scientific health solutions since 1958. They're in over 50 countries around the world, and they meet or exceed every single health board in all of those countries. And they're really based on good evidence-based research, not just hype, which is so much of the industry out there today. And when you look at the sort of foundation of Neolife, they're the first to champion whole food supplementation because, food is our medicine, right? And there's intrinsic factors in foods that we definitely need. And they're first to focus on cellular health because you're only as healthy as your cells, healthy tissue, healthy organs, healthy body. So when people ask me, well, what do I look for in a supplement? I say one of the first questions you want to ask is, what is this product made from? Just because it's natural, it can be half the time it hardly has anything natural in it, but a lot of the natural sources are things like petroleum or pine bark or fungus, or even a lot of the vitamin D's out there, because that's such a popular supplement are made from sheep wool. Where what Neolife has done is it's filling the gap of what we're not getting in our diet. They use whole grains, fruits and vegetables, and wild salmon. Because as Shelley cited in that study that was published in Lancet, this is what we're missing in our diet, not pine bark and ephedra, right? And every single ingredient is GMO free, and it's tested to prove that. In fact, the whole product line has the purest extractions and concentrates. Every raw material is tested, products made, it's tested again, comes to Canada, goes into quarantine, tested again before it's released to us as a consumer. So what you can be 100% assured of is what's on the label is in the bottle, but nothing else, no other additives or toxins. And what's in the bottle actually gets into the body. They actually have a mechanical stomach where they test to make sure that the products are absorbed. And the reason we have this high quality control is because of our scientific advisory board that was founded by Dr. Arthur First, one of the top toxicologists in the world. When he was actually the co-founder of oral chemotherapy, but when he was doing his research on cancer, he found nutrients in food prevent disease. So that's why he set up our scientific advisory board of world-renowned scientists and researchers who are involved in the research and development of the products. Because some of our products take like decades to come to market, not just a good-looking doctor who looks at it and endorses it. So that's the big difference, right? And a lot of you may not have heard of Neolife, but it is well known in scientific circles. In fact, we have a pharmaceutical license. We do a lot of work with the Global Science Network, USDA, Center for Disease Control. And there is peer-reviewed studies done with humans published in peer-reviewed journals. So like the American College of Nutrition, New England Journal of Medicine. So it's very, very unique and well-respected, the science behind the product. And this is why the products work so well. And I know, Shelley, would you like to share with us how this is sort of our foundation product, the Pro Vitality, to fill that gap?
Absolutely, Mary Ellen. And when I was talking about the grain oils, how it's taken out of our food, this is a way of putting it back into our bodies. So the green oval one is called Treanen, and it's the essential fatty acids. They're called lipids and sterols that are in our whole grains. And there's less gluten than a bowl of gluten-free cereal. And it's developed for a hospital study in California. There were several women who had adrenal fatigue, chronic fatigue, couldn't figure out why they were so sick. And it was a hospital study from the government and the doctors. And they started putting the grain oils back for the women, and they all got better. So that's kind of the beginning story of the Tree and N and then Neolife. Because the reason we need those grain oils is because it promotes the cellular energy and efficiency. Our cells start working better. So if you look at the cell on the left, it's an unhealthy cell. You can see that the outside of the cell is not malleable. And so nutrients, it's hard for them to get in, and it's difficult for toxins to get out. Okay, so this is what happens. You have trillions of cells. And so if the nutrients aren't getting in, you're feeling sluggish. If toxins can't get out, what your body does is it puts fat cells around your cells to protect you, and therefore it's harder to lose weight. So this is one way to get the cells working properly. You can see the cell on the right where the nutrients get in and turn into nutrition for your body, and the toxins get out. They actually start working the way that they're supposed to. So people feel more energy. They feel hormones get balanced much better once they have the grain oils in their body. And Texas A&M University did a study with the Treanen and found that when people took it, the utilization efficiency or the absorption went up 50%. So if you're eating good foods, we want to make sure that they're getting into our bodies. The carotenoid complex is the next product, and it actually, you see, carrot is in the word because it comes from fruits and vegetables. It's all, you can get them from marigolds, but I'd rather sit down to a bowl of spinach and tomatoes and peaches and apricots and bell peppers. And it was studied by the USDA and CDC researcher, and it was proven to boost the immune system 37% in 20 days, which is so important right now to have a strong immune system. It was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition and presented in the New York Academy of Sciences. It was patented. That's why I like the products, because whatever they do, there's a research behind it and it's written in journals. And so a box of the Pro Vitality has 80 pounds of fruits and vegetables. So that really helps to fill that gap of trying to get those 9 to 13 servings. So this is what happens if you look on the left cell, it's unprotected, and every cell gets 10,000 hits of those free radicals. And so if you don't have enough vegetables, your cells are being attacked and damaged. So that speeds up aging as well. You give it fruits and vegetables and it gets protected around the outside. Gives your body a really good chance of better health. And the omega-3, oh my goodness, this is a favorite of mine, and I know it is of yours, Mary Ellen, as well, just in terms of the anti-inflammatory aspect of it. I had joint pain in my knees and had to stop running. I tried a product called Full Motion. Within a month, I was back running. Added in the anti-inflammatory. Within a year, I didn't use my braces, my neoprene braces, and haven't in 12 years, just because of this product and the Full Motion. So it's great for cardiovascular health, inflammatory balance, brain and central nervous system function, behavioral health and learning, immune health and healing, eye health and vision, maintaining flexible joints, cognitive health and aging. Just a really great product. Inflammation was shown by the World Health Organization to be the basis of a lot of chronic issues, from cancer to cardiovascular diseases, Alzheimer's, neurological diseases, arthritis, autoimmune system, diabetes 2, pulmonary diseases. You've got to get that inflammatory index down that's in your body. And it's not necessarily just the elbow that hurts, it's through your body. And the reason that this product works, because I tried so many on the market and didn't get the results, is because Salmon Oil Plus has all 8 omega-3s. A lot of companies only have 2 of them, EPA and DHA. Neolife has all 8. It's tested for over 200 contaminants with an allowable detection of 0. Because remember, if we have toxins in our cells, we want to get them out. We don't want to be putting toxins back in. So it's important that they test for over 200 contaminants. Pure Atlantic cold fresh fish, proven in clinical trials to reduce the inflammatory index by 68% when you take 3 of them for 8 weeks. A really great product. And once again, on the left, it's inflamed if you're not getting enough of those omega-3s to help with the inflammation. On the right, it's protected so that it doesn't have the inflammatory breakdown for the cells. And also, it was clinically proven to reduce triglycerides by 17% and improve that omega-3, which is anti-inflammatory, and the omega-6, which is inflammatory, to improve that ratio by 43%. And once again, to lower the inflammatory index by 68%. And so, Mary Ellen, I'll have you, if you want to share about your migraines and how it helped you, and then talk about your daughter-in-law in terms of pregnant women.
Yeah, the salmon oil was definitely my key for my migraines because it's definitely from inflammation in the blood vessels. And so when I heard about the salmon oil and I heard other people saying that they got results, I thought I'd try it. And it did take time. It wasn't overnight, but I found my headaches got further and further apart till they disappeared completely. And the girl who worked with me in the law firm, she was the same thing. She was a migraine sufferer and had some arthritis because, of course, it's all inflammation. And she did so well on the salmon oil. And one time she actually went on holiday and forgot to bring the salmon oil and thought, oh, I'll just go buy the best product I can find in the health food store. And it made her so sick and never worked. And she's never gone back. So she's been buying from me every month for 27 years now. And when my daughter-in-laws were expecting, they came home with the prescription for the Pregvite and the Materna. And so I said to them, what do you feel more comfortable, having a whole food supplement or taking chemicals? So they all went on the products, the salmon oil, the treonine grain concentrates. And they just had, every time they went for their ultrasounds, they commented how well to help develop the heart, the lungs, were of the baby. They all scored perfect scores. And as you can see, the reason for this is that the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists are actually featured the Neolife salmon oil in their magazine because the fact is it had all 8 parts and was so pure. So it's really exciting. And the last tablet in the pack is the essential vitamin and mineral complex. And usually when you just buy a multi, all you get is vitamins and minerals. Well, this is just one part of the 4-part pack. And it's so much more than just a multi. It's 21 micronutrients. It is vitamins and minerals, and it's all from food sources. In fact, if you look at that pack, what you're getting every day for a month, at the end of the month, it's equivalent to 12 pounds of whole grains, 80 pounds of raw fruits and veggies, 10 servings of omega-3 fish in every single box. So that's a lot of food. One of my customers actually went and priced it all at the grocery store. And they said, if you had to buy all that food, it's hundreds of dollars every single month. It's just incredible. But the benefits are unbelievable. Abundant energy, anti-aging, flexible joints, youthful skin, hair, and nails. I know I was over at my son's, and his partner's wife is a hairdresser. And she said to me, she says, Sandy was telling me you got like the thickest hair out of anybody, right? It's just amazing. And heart health, immune strength, brain, vision, just so many benefits just from that pack. So this is kind of why this is sort of the foundation. You want to get the core key nutrients that we're not getting in our diets to start getting your body to balance out. And this is even more important for children. I know, Shelley, when you were in the schools, you dealt with this a lot, right? Do you want to share a bit about the children's products?
Absolutely. And I will, why don't we call on Violet just to kind of share her experience with the Pro Vitality, and then we'll go with the kids.
Okay.
Sure. Violet, do you want to share about the Pro Vitality? Oh, yeah, you'll need to unmute there. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Shelley. So my testimony on Pro Vitality is just amazing. I had no idea about Pro Vitality, never taken anything like that before. And when I was introduced to Pro Vitality, I said, well, let me try it, because I have been taking products like vitamins, especially from CVS, Walgreens, and so many other places, and I wouldn't see any change. But when I tried the Pro Vitality, amazing. I mean, by third day, I was like, got my energy back, and I was like, oh my god, this is exciting. I have to tell the whole world, kind of, because a lot of people just don't know about this product. So I jumped out and I started telling everybody, and a lot of people trusted what I said, and they ended up buying, and I started getting my Pro Vitality pack. Like, if you introduce 3 people to Pro Vitality, yours is free. So I was excited about that too. So now my Pro Vitality packs are free, and I'm even, actually, I gave one pack to one of my friends as gift, because she couldn't afford it. So I felt good about that. So that is my experience, and it's actually one of the best products that Neolife have, and I'm very grateful and thankful for that.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. And absolutely, you can feel confident in sharing it because it works and the company's been around for, since 1958. So, yeah, thank you, Violet.
Oh,
So,
you're
for
welcome.
the kids, it's a similar product, just in a different form. So, for babies, it's a liquid form. And there are some other people who can't swallow who use the liquid. So, the Liquivite has both the grain oils as well as some of the immune builders in it as well. And then you have chewables. The VitaGuard is your immune boosters, and the Vita Squares is your grain oils, as well as some other vitamins and minerals. And then that salmon oil, and we have kids that will just chew them up, or some they swallow it once they get to the age that they can do that. So absolutely so important for kids. And as a teacher, the more that I can share this with moms and their kids, the happier I am because it's so important for their learning. And also for teachers and parents so that the kids stay in school and the teachers and parents stay healthy. So together we get a breakfast pack. So you have your shake and your Pro Vitality, and I've been having that for the last over 10 years. Um, the shake is 3 different flavors. You got your berries, you got your rich chocolate, your creamy vanilla. Great for the whole family, safe for babies all the way up to over 100. Absolutely. And actually, we're doing a talk on Thursday all about the proteins. So come and join us on that talk as well. But one thing that makes the Neolife protein so different than what else is on the shelves is that it contains all 22 amino acids. And what does that mean? Okay, it is for building and repairing healthy tissues, absolutely. But you need those amino acids to make digestive enzymes, which help with digestion, to make antibodies to fight infection and disease, especially with what's going on right now. Hormones, absolutely. You need amino acids to complete the whole process of making the hormones. Collagen, there's so much talk right now about collagen and how to just kind of drink it or put it on your skin or whatever it happens to be that they're doing. This actually helps your body make the collagen better from the 22 amino acids, and it helps control blood sugar levels. Instead of that up and down spike and then you crash, it really helps to level things out. So important to have all 22 amino acids. So what's inside the shake? It is all natural. It has a high protein quality score, which means that it gets absorbed really well. 18 grams of protein, branched chain amino acids for your lean muscle mass, 5 grams of fiber, and a lot of people don't get enough fiber, and that helps you feel satisfied. Controlled glycemic response, that's what I was talking about with the up and down. 25 essential vitamin and minerals, whole food antioxidants, so it is a meal replacement. What's not inside? Nothing artificial, no high fructose corn syrup, no gluten, no saturated fat, 90% lactose free, and then it has enzymes to help with the other 10%. It is non-GMO, and these are your grandkids, Mary Ellen, sipping away on from a young age.
Yep, they love it every day.
Yes. And it's also part of either your daily nutrition for weight management or if you're looking for a weight loss program. But before that, I'm going to share a little bit about the 3-day detox. And there's lots of reasons why you might want to do that. Just to remove toxins from your body. You feel a little sluggish after being in the house this last while, and you just need to jumpstart things. Healthy immune function, jumpstart a weight loss program, slow premature aging, increase your energy. And the one thing that I really like, because I'm really not one for cleanses and detoxes, so when I learned about this one, I said, oh, do you know what? I like it for that it was developed by Dr. Arthur first in terms of pulling out toxins. And I love it because you get to eat on the first 2 days. It's not a liquid thing that just clears you out. You get to eat lots of vegetables and fruit, and then on that and take the supplements. And on that third day, you introduce the protein as well as a meal at dinner time. So it's a really, really great program. And then the weight loss, if you decide to have one shake a day, that would be fine. And then you would have 2 meals that have your protein and your vegetables, plus your snacks in the morning and the afternoon with a protein and a carb. Some people choose to have 2 shakes a day. And that just makes it a little bit easier with your planning. So it works either way. And the glycemic response, the reason that it's so important is that it balances that sugar to keep it even so that you have even energy. It helps with diabetes as well, and helps to prevent the fat storage and promotes the fat burning, just that consistent energy. So the weight loss has been clinically proven. Once again, things with Neolife are science-based. 10% body fat reduction, lowered body mass index, cardio protection, 15% reduction in the LDL bad cholesterol, improved HDL to LDL ratio. Just a really great product. Also written in the Journal of American College of Nutrition that the products work. And this is Gabby. She lost 34 pounds. And the amazing thing about her program is that now the weight is still off. It wasn't this diet of just changing things. Look at her in 2021. It's a way of living that is healthy and keeps you balanced to continue that way. And then she introduced it to her mom and lost 20 pounds in 5 months with the 1 shake a day. And it helped her get off her meds for diabetes, cholesterol, and acid reflux, and also helped with her arthritis as well and better sleep. And Carlos lost, 251 pounds in 26 months. And he was also diabetic and was able to, over time, get off of his diabetes meds as well. But the biggest thing about him was he shrunk a lot along with the weight. Okay, so he didn't have excess skin afterwards. He lost the fat and not the muscle. Really important. And actually, before we just go on to here, we're going to go back to Violet. And just, if you want to jump on and just share your experience with the detox, because that was a favorite one of yours too.
Yes, yes. So soon after I tried the Pro Vitality, I wanted to try something else. And of course, I was discussing this with Nada, and Nada, we both were going on 3-day detox. And I love the fact that I could eat all day long, like vegetables and fruits. So I was excited, went shopping for the vegetables and fruits, and then brought it all up and make sure I store them, cut it, and everything else that I need to do with the vegetables and fruits. And then we started, and so took it, the first day eating all day long, just vegetables and fruits. And then the second day pooped a lot and got rid of all the stuff that I had in my body, whatever you want to call stomach, body. And then third day, of course, when I weighed myself, I had lost 7 pounds. I was so excited. So I had quite a few club members signed up to try the product, and I talked about it. And especially one of the guys that I talked about who was in my networking group, he said, "Oh, I need to lose weight. I need to go on 3-day detox program." I said, "Sure." And he calls me the third day and says, "I have lost 11 and a half pounds. I am so excited." So he was like telling everybody about it. So it's one of the best products if you want to lose weight, if you want to feel good, your body feels light and refreshed. This is a very good product to try. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks,
Yeah.
Violet. Yeah, and one thing to know is men will lose a little bit more than the women, but we will lose weight as well. And so one of the products I had mentioned, full motion for my joints. We have a whole variety of products, from calcium to vitamin D to digestive enzymes as well. Mary Ellen, do you have some favorite ones?
Yeah, absolutely, Shelley. I know. I just love. I always take extra salmon oil with my Pro Vitality pack,
Mhm.
and for me, I had a lot of gut issues, so I love the probiotic, which is so different than everything else out there because it's enteric coated in the enzymes and even just keeping healthy in this crazy world that we're in right now with the vitamin C and vitamin A. And I know Nada, you've got a lot of favorite products too. Do you want to share your story?
Absolutely. And for me, it was allergies and my immune system. I mean, I started to, vitamin C, and you're right, the vitamin A. I also took a product called Beta Guard to remove toxins from my body. And my environmental allergies were so bad. I was using antihistamines year round. And 30 years later, I haven't touched an antihistamine in over 29 years. So it's been amazing. And again, just like you, Shelley, my joints being on the salmon on the full motion, amazing results. So yeah, I have a lot of favorites. Thank you.
And I know, and so many of us have like all those conditions that Nata were talking about is all related to inflammation, right? So, and we don't realize even when we're young that we can still have a lot of this inflammation because of what we're exposed to in our environment. So it makes such a huge difference. And the vitamin D is very important. We live in North America. It is documented that most people are very deficient in vitamin D. So this is a great way to fill that gap. And I really like the Neolife vitamin D because it's not made from sheep wool. It's all naturally sourced. It's been proven to be absorbed well in the body. And it has so many roles from immunity to bone health, depression. So it's such a great product to add on to the Pro Vitality, especially right now with everything that we're going through for sure. So Shelley, would you like to share with how people could join our wellness club?
Yes, we have a free wellness club, which is great. You join for free, but it allows you to save 15% or 25% or even 30%. And we do have the auto ship, monthly auto ship. And the nice thing is when you're consistent for 6 months, you get all your shipping back in loyalty points that you can spend those points or money on trying other products. And as Violet had mentioned, when you share your experiences and refer 3 friends to the health packs, and your health pack is free month after month after month. And we do have a fitness and a weight loss challenge. There's a 30-day, a 90-day, a whole year, depending on what your goals are. It's all exciting, and you have full control of anything that you want with your auto ship and with your website. And these are the 3 health packs. You have the Pro Vitality pack, which we've been talking about, that lasts a month. There's 30 of them in that box. The breakfast pack, which gives you 1 shake a day, with 2 of the canisters. And then the shape up pack, which gives you 2 shakes a day. The other thing is that we would love to invite you to the Neolife Healthy Living community on Facebook. Amazing stories in there, the science is in there, testimonials are in there, all kinds of information to help you to live your best healthy life. We also have another option. Like I decided, and you might know some people too, especially now, people are looking for some extra income. People are looking for ways to work from home. And I was teaching, and I started doing this business part-time while I was teaching. So it works well to do it on the side as a side gig. And then what happened was, as I retired, I kept building my Neolife business, and it was great because to make an extra 500 or 1,000 or 5,000, or like Nada, she ended up doing it as her career. Different options depending on what you're looking for. The community of people are just uplifting and positive, which is so nice to be around. And just lots of learning going on. So another option is to be a promoter if that's something that you would like to try. So we do have a website for that as well, the Neolife, the Ideal Business, where it has all kinds of stories and different people sharing why they decided to join Neolife, and just the culture and the home office and the people behind. It's a private company. They do everything based on science. It's not all about marketing and sales and just getting out there. We don't want to be salespeople. We want to be relation builders where we help people find solutions about good health.
And maybe this would be a good time to have Joan share her story.
Absolutely. Joan.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joan Poon. When I was introduced to Neolife 26 years ago, I was working downtown Toronto as a registered nurse, and I wasn't looking for a business at the time. However, I had just finished treatments for breast cancer, and I was looking for something to boost my immune system and my energy level. And I went to the health food stores, naturopaths, and fortunately I met Mary Ellen at the jewelry party, and she shared her son's testimonial with me, his asthma testimonial. And I met with her, and she did a presentation similar to this, and it made a lot of sense to me. I like the fact that the products were based in science, because as a registered nurse, our practice had to be evidence-based. So I started on some of the products, and within a few weeks, I felt a huge difference in my energy level. I used to go to bed tired, wake up tired. And I thought it was because of the 12-hour shifts I was doing. I thought I turned 40 at a time, maybe I'm slowing down. But I realized it wasn't any of those things. It was what was missing from my diet. And some of the other benefits were, I had seasonal allergies as well, really terrible seasonal allergies in spring and fall. And after a few years, that disappeared. And I think by boosting my immune system and removing toxins from my system, I was able to get rid of those allergies. And so with this newfound energy, I started sharing my story with my friends and family. And it just evolved into a small business where I was getting a small check every month. And I remember being involved in network marketing, like in the 1980s. And I remember liking the concept of residual income, and also the fact that you only become successful when you help other people. So I felt that it fell into my lap again, which was amazing. So I continued doing what I was doing, and it grew to the point where I was able to take early retirement from nursing 11 years ago. And it's been the best decision that I had made. It gave me a platform to continue helping people with their health, just in a different way, making them be more proactive with their health. And also, first we educate, and then we give them solutions in terms of the products. Mm-hmm. And, with Neolife, I found a purpose, and it has given me that platform to continue. And some of the other benefits, I love the free travel, the tax savings, and most important, the personal growth. And that's invaluable. And so one of the other things too is that we can leave our business to our children and our grandchildren. And what a great legacy to leave behind. So I'm so grateful to have been introduced to Neolife. And I'm proud to say that I'm a 29-year breast cancer thriver, and I continue to make an impact in other people's lives. Thank you for allowing me to share my story.
Thank you so much, Joan, for sharing that story. And I want to thank everyone who came on the call tonight. And if you just want to try the products, you can join as a club member for free. It's a great way to get started. And but if you're looking to earn some extra money, joining as a promoter is a great way to start. When you join for that $98, you also get a free bottle of tree and engreen concentrate. So it's a great way to start. And if you just want some more information, contact the person who invited you tonight, and they can answer all your questions. And I'm going to stop the recording. And I want to thank everyone who shared their story, because this is what keeps me motivated. Having so many people, getting such great results, because people are searching for something, and we definitely have the answer. So everyone have a great evening, and we'll do our questions.